get started with the agenda portion of the meeting. The public portion will be followed immediately after this. We have minutes from October 3rd. We have ordinances on second reading, O-121201, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised ordinance of the City of New Brunswick, traffic and parking, delete 5 residential handicap parking zones at 24 Joyce Kilmer Avenue, 140 Hale Street, 21 Lewis Street, 43 Loughbury, 274 Somerset Street, delete 1 residential handicap parking space at 30 Conger Avenue. O-121202, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised ordinance of the City of Brunswick, traffic and parking. We have 2 residential handicap parking zones, 18 Joyce Kilmer Avenue, Field Fort, Sandwich Street, and 1 residential handicap parking space at 72 Falls. There are no ordinances on first reading. We have resolutions R-121234, approving amendments. 35, approved payroll for 11/24/12 through 12/7, and also the 2012 management retroactive payroll. 36, authorized refund for tax sales certificates. 37, authorized reimbursement to multi-family property owners for trash and recyclables for the year 2012. Garbage amount is $465,582.11. Recycling, $47,865.45. 38, rescind resolution R-121208, where legal fees and misdemeanor. It's a corrected resolution to be adopted.
Let me expand a little more here. The one we did at the last meeting got confused. The criminal charges, work on the criminal case, work on the civil case, for rescinding, bringing a separate standalone resolution to do tonight, because he's been cleared by the grand jury, and then paying more on the civil side in a separate resolution. So this was just it.
39, approved request for use of city property, requested by Garden State Track Club for use at Bugalo Park and Pavilion for the Road Relays Running Race, Sunday, February 24th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., with a rain date of Sunday, March 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. 40, approved request for street closing, requested by the State Theater, Livingston Avenue between New and George Streets for the annual Hub City Carnival, and 7th annual Family Day, Monday, February 18th, from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. 41, a resolution authorizing budget transfer for 2012 municipal budget. 42, resolution authorizing the cancellation of various outstanding checks issued in 2011. 43, resolution authorizing the cancellation of various RCA receivables and their offsetting reserves. 44, resolution to approve extension of UEC Clean Team contract with the Brunswick Parking Authority for 2013 for the Clean Team services in downtown, Easton Avenue, French Street, and Remsen Avenue, January 1st to December 31st, 2013. The amount is $125,000. 45, approve amendment resolution R-101234 to pay additional legal fees in the amount of $714 to Mitzner and Mitzner for Rodriguez versus police officer Andrew Weiss, from $1,205 to $1,919. 46, authorized payment of counsel fees for Patrolman Andrew Weiss criminal investigation to Mitzner and Mitzner. The amount is $2,836 and it's the final bill. 47, adopt the 2013 council meeting schedule. Ms. Sterling, I know you wanted to wait or not wait. We're going to go ahead.
Well, I suggested that we pass the January schedule and then act on the rest of the year when our newest colleague joins us. But Mr. Hamilton responded that it was unnecessary. We could always change it if we wanted to pass the full schedule this evening.
We'll go forward with it. 48, approve application for tax exemption for 135 Somerset Street mixed-use project. 49, approve renewal of liquor license for RBC the Third Incorporated, formerly Kramer's Corner. It's a pocket license. 50, approve person-to-person transfer of liquor license from RBC, formerly Kramer's, to JSM Investments in New Brunswick. 51, approve amendment resolution R-111269 with Old Dominion Brush Company for truck and equipment replacement parts for Public Works Department, not to exceed $5,000. Approval of this change order will constitute an increase of 20%. 52, approve amendment of resolution R-081114 with Maverick Building Services for cleaning lots not to exceed $132.50. The approval of this change order will not constitute an increase of 20%. 53, approval award of contract to Atlantic Salt Incorporated for rock salt and public works and water utility departments. 11 months beginning December 20th, 2012 and ending on November 30th, 2013, not to exceed $77,150, part of Middlesex County Cooperative Purchasing Program. 54, approved purchase by Police Department under state contract from Motorola for radio accessories and parts, not to exceed $4,239.90. 55, authorized payment for emergency procurement for the water utility rental of one 2,000 kW diesel generator on trailer for Weston's Mill for the period of November 6th to November 13th, 2012, with Foley Incorporated, not to exceed $38,065. 56, authorized payment for emergency procurement for water utility for repair communications at the water treatment plant with Essex Service Corporation, not to exceed $1,650. 57, authorized payment for emergency procurement, again with the water utility, replacement of one transfer pump for the water utility treatment plant with Quality Electric Motor Service, not to exceed $200. 58, approved purchase by Police Department from WPCS International for 12 GX440 DZW modems, not to exceed $10,296. 59, approved purchase by Police Department under state contract from WPCS International for the labor to remove 12 pinpoint modems and install 12 new modems, not to exceed $3,300. 60, authorized payment for emergency procurement, Department of Planning, Community and Economic Development for emergency housing shelter for Mildred Tavares, 267 Hale Street, and Juana Barrett of 267 Hale Street, from 11/29 to 12/4/2012, with Comfort Suites not to exceed $1,199.90. 61, a resolution in support of legislative override of Governor's veto of the Good Samaritan Emergency Response Act and urge adoption of same. 62, approve off-premises raffle at the Hyatt Regency for the Middlesex County College Foundation, March 2nd, 2013. 63, approve off-premise raffle at Cook Campus Center, Rutgers University Prize Raffle for the New Jersey Forestry Association, March 2nd, 2013. 64, approve off-premise raffle at Cook Campus Center, Rutgers University for 50/50 for the New Jersey Forestry Association, March 2nd. 65, approve on-premise raffle at St. Peter's University Hospital for the St. Peter's Foundation, February 1st, 2013. 66, approve award of contract to Benoit Language Services for service to provide phone-based language interpretation in Spanish and other languages for the Department of Planning, Community and Economic Development. 12 months beginning December 22nd and ending on December 21st, 2013, not to exceed $1,600. 67, approve relaxation of the city noise ordinance requested by Top Line Construction. Reason to mill and pave a portion of Johnson Drive from George Street to mid-block crosswalk, Thursday, December 13th from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. midnight, and Saturday, December 15th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. This was done non-pro-tunc. 68, approve award a contract to Siemens Industry for maintenance and support services for the MEMCOR membrane filtration system. 12 months beginning December 20th and ending on December 19th, 2013, not to exceed $22,290. 69, authorized payment for emergency procurement for water utility. Diesel fuel for the emergency generators of the water treatment plant. G&G fuel not to exceed $8,601.18. 70, authorized resolution to rescind resolution R-101252 and make award a contract with Brunswick Uniform Supply for work boots. The amount is $9,387, 12-month term beginning October 18th and ending October 17th, 2013. 71, approve request of Sprint Spectrum Realty Company for water tower. 72, approve memorandum of understanding with FMBA Locals 17 and 217 for drug testing policy. 73, approve agreement with the Brunswick County Utility Authority. Terms January 1st through December 31st, January 1st, 2013 through December 31st, 2015 for the disposal of solid waste. 74, approve indemnity trust agreement with the Brunswick County Municipal Joint Insurance Fund. The term is January 1st, 2013 through December 31st, 2015. 75, approve amendment resolution R-121209, increase in the number of tax appeals by $5,000 with Hoagland, Longo, Moran, Dunstan, Dukas, from $45,000 to $50,000. 76, abide a consent appointment to Philip Allen Waro for judge to the Supreme Court, January 19, 2012 to January 18, 2015. It's being done on pro tem. 77, advise a consent appointment of E. Ronald Wright, Chief Judge of Municipal Court, January 19, 2012, January 18, 2015, again, non-pro tem, which is the next couple as well. 78, advise a consent appointment, Mary Casey, Judge of the Municipal Court, same term. 79, approve reappointments of municipal prosecutors and municipal public defenders. Robert Goodwin, Robert Adocio as municipal prosecutors, W. Richard Beach and James Rollison as municipal public defenders. The term expires December 31st, 2012.
Mr. Council President,
That's not right.
yes, it is. That's why it's not pro tem. You'll see the resolution also appoints all of these people plus Mark Cintron for new term beginning on January 1st and running in the year 2013.
That's in the current resolution?
That's in the resolution, it's in your packet, yes, sir.
Thank you. 80, authorize renewal of interlocal agreement with Middlesex County for provision of public health services, January 1st through December 31st, 2014, and $223,187.65. Are there any add-ons? No. You had an item for discussion still to finalize, I guess, your council liaisons assignments. I don't know if you did that or...
Well, we got everybody that, except Mr. Anderson, who hadn't got what was left over, but there are some other assignments that you have that I don't have in front of me, but those of you who serve, maybe remember what they are.
Nope.
We'll bring them back.
Thank you.
You can take care of that in January?
Yes, sir. Or next week.
Or next week. Okay, we're going to move to the public portion of the meeting. Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Egan.
Here.
Council Vice President Escobar. Here. Councilmember Fleming.
Here.
Councilmember Garlotti.
Present.
Council President Reesing.
Here. Pledge allegiance, please.
I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, please remain standing for a moment of silence tonight in memory of the families and victims of the horrific, senseless shooting in Connecticut last Friday at the school. I would ask everybody to please extend your prayers, as I'm sure you already have, to the families and to the victims of this tragedy. Thank you. I was remiss, I went to the open notice act, so please be advised that the notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act have been complied with to satisfy the annual notice, which gives sufficient notice of time and place of conduct of all public meetings in the city council of the city of Brunswick, filed with the city clerk, placed on appropriate bulletin board in the lobby, and has been transmitted to the official newspaper, mainly in home distribution. We have minutes from October 3rd.
Make a motion, we accept the minutes.
Second. Roll call.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Council Vice President Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Councilmember Garlotti.
Aye.
Council President Reesing.
Aye. Ordinance is on second reading, O-121201, an ordinance to amend and supplement revised general ordinances. City of New Brunswick, traffic and parking, deleting 5 residential handicap parking zones at 24 Joyce Kilmer, 140 Hale, 21 Lewis Street, 43 Luffer Street, 274 Somerset Street, and deleting 1 residential handicap parking space at 30 Concord Avenue. Anyone wish to comment on this ordinance? Seeing none?
Move the ordinance.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Councilmember Garlotti.
Aye.
Council President Reesing.
O-121202, an ordinance to amend and supplement the revised ordinance of the City of Brunswick, traffic and parking, adding 2 residential handicap parking zones, 18 Joyce Kilmer Avenue, 304 Sandwich Street, and adding 1 residential handicap parking space at 72 Falls Boulevard. Anyone wish to comment on this ordinance? See none?
Move the ordinance. Second.
Roll call.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Councilmember Garlotti.
Aye.
Council President DC.
Aye. We have resolutions R-121234 through R-121280. Does anyone wish to comment on any of these resolutions? Mr. Craddock, name and address, please.
Charles Cradaville, 86 Patterson Street, New Brunswick. I'm coming to ask about number 48, number 15 there. The tax exemption for 135 Somerset Street. Does anyone know what the assessed value of that property is, or what taxes are that the city's missing out on?
Mr. Patterson? You know the current tax?
Current taxes, they are about, I don't have that exact figure. I know the proposed taxes are going to be a little less than 600,000 is what they're estimating, 588,000. I know it's about 900% more than what the current taxes are, so I think they're in the range of around 65,000 is my recollection. Don't have the exact figure on that though.
This matter will be back before you when the actual financial agreement is considered for approval. I'm sure that Mr. Patterson.
This resolution is just to accept the agreement, not the
This accepts the application, then an ordinance, which will be done next month, would approve the financial agreement.
Well, yeah, perhaps since not all the information is readily available and there will be a new member joining the council, perhaps this could wait until the new year.
We're going to do this tonight because it's just accepting the application. No other business will be done on it.
Okay, well, so how much taxes is the city missing out on?
The city's not missing out on any tax.
As I stated, the city will get about 900% more taxes than was being currently paid there.
Is there an estimate of what would be paid if there wasn't this agreement in place? If the building goes ahead and it's built and they pay the full taxes?
It's usually in the 2/3 to 80% of what the normal taxes would be. In this case, the project is providing affordable housing on the site. Normally, as part of that, the HMFA financing that goes into that, they usually require that there be a tax abatement on the property.
So, $200,000 about?
I don't know. Do you know? Does anybody know?
Well,
The project isn't constructed, so there isn't an assessment on it, but it's normally in the 2/3 to 80% range. I think Mr. Peddle's estimate might be a little bit high on that, but in exchange for that, you get development that probably would not otherwise happen, and it's going to have affordable housing.
I would continue to urge the council to wait on this matter. If it's not necessary to pass it tonight, there's, the building's not being built yet. The figures aren't clear on how much the city is missing out on and how that will affect taxes next year and how much taxes will have to be raised on the rest of the taxpayers. So I would urge the council to just table this for now.
Council President, I was starting to say before that I was reluctant to have anybody sign off on a $200,000 figure because Mr. Credible was offering that as an answer to his question, which is a misleading question because the city isn't missing out on anything.
I think Mr. Patterson said it's traditionally about 2/3 the normal rate. So that would be, missing out on another $200,000. I also want to say resolution ending in 261 is a good resolution. I support the veto. I support overturning the veto, overriding that veto. I wanted to ask about 67 is a non-pro-tunc. I wanted to ask why that's a non-pro-tunc, and same for 76, 77, 78, 79.
Mr. Hamilton?
Yes. As near as I can tell at this point in time, the appointment to it would have been due back in January. I believe the information was conveyed to the law department. I believe we dropped the ball and didn't do it. We wanted to correct that now because the term would otherwise be carried over until January of 2015. So that's why 6, 7, and 8 are all non-pro tunc.
So that's to I'm sorry, the ball was dropped and,
It's now being corrected. The term
Oh.
that the mayor was naming him to began last January and will continue to January of 2015.
understood. And I'm sorry, 67 was not worked on for the construction?
The construction was falling in between the two council meetings on the weekend of the 15th, and that's why it's being approved after the fact.
So it was like an emergency type situation?
I wouldn't call it an emergency, but Johnson & Johnson had a desire to do some pavement in the Johnson Drive area on that particular Saturday, so we had to approve it retroactively.
Okay. That's all I have, thank you.
Anyone else on any of the resolutions?
Yes.
I have a question on resolution 60, which is 27, the 27 item. The emergency shelter that was provided for Mildred Taveras and Juana Barreto, can you tell us a little bit what happened?
They were relocated because code enforcement staff found their property to be unsafe, and we're required by law to provide housing for them if they don't have alternative housing that they can go to with a friend or relative.
So the situation was rectified? Are they back in the property or they're still?
I don't know, you have to ask the code enforcement staff on that. I believe they are back, but we're required to place them in temporary emergency housing if they don't have another place to go.
And item 39, the drug testing policy with the fire department. If you could give us a little bit of the policy? what it
Yeah,
entails.
this is a policy that represents years of conversation between us and the two fire locals. We had some difficulty agreeing to certain provisions of the policy, but the policy is essentially a random drug testing policy, as well as a policy to deal with issues of reasonable suspicion. It is a 3-strike and you're out policy. The city will pay for the testing. It'll be done by a third party, a certified laboratory in the area. Obviously, the intention is to have a workforce free of drugs and alcohol in their system, and this memorandum is you're authorizing me to enter into the memo of understanding so that we can better implement the policy. I think Director Rawls would suggest this is long overdue, and he's right about that. It took an awful long time to come to some understanding on the matter. It does not include steroid testing. That was another issue of contention, but we do desire to continue talking about that and adding steroids to the list of drugs tested for.
Thank you.
Quick question on that. Is it, you said 3 strikes?
Yes.
Is it all punitive or is part of it corrective? You know, if like it's the first time if somebody has, you know, we have a lot of people, you know, like alcoholism, drug abuse, and, you know, it's a sickness, you know. So is it, are all the steps, you know, when you get caught one time, is it punitive right away? Or is it a corrective step, you know, where there's like a rehab in between or anything like that?
There are rehab requirements or professional counseling requirements, of which the employee can count on his health benefits to you know, cause those kinds of counseling services. Yet there is some punitive measures to it, but clearly you know, a rehab piece to it as well.
Motion. Make a motion to accept the resolutions?
Second.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Councilmember Escobar.
Yes, accepting resolution 12-1248.
Accept them.
Except in that, without everybody. Yes, yes.
That's a no or an
A no.
abstain?
Okay, Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Councilmember Garlotti.
Aye.
Councilmember Racine.
Aye. Before we get into the public portion, I want to welcome a delegation from the Turkish government officials here tonight with Karen Pickering from Rutgers University. If you people could stand up to recognize you. I know you want to stick around a little bit after, and that's fine, but thank you all for coming. I guess you've come a long way. I don't know how long they've been here. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about your travels up to this point.
They're studying at Rutgers University. They've been here since the summer. Yeah. And they will be here until March. They're learning English. They're improving their English, I should say. But they're also learning about American government.
Very good.
So we're hoping to take the local, then the county and the state level, and learn about it while we're here. So thank you very much for welcoming us.
Well, thank you all for coming. Welcome. Council member wish to address the public?
Yes. Today we learned that the passing of a man, he had been a coach for a long time, Mr. Odie Page. He had been a coach in New Brunswick, a mentor to thousands of people. He was a teacher, and I personally knew him as all those things. You know, he was my 7th grade coach at one point. I played against him, and I coached against him at one point. And he passed away. We learned that he passed away today. And I was having a discussion with somebody on how could we best honor him. And we have entered, I just want to let you know, we've entered into a dialogue that somehow, I told somebody that it would be a tragedy if we didn't somehow find his name on something, on one of the, not necessarily on an entire building or something, but somewhere within the gym, somewhere in the classroom, or something like that, because he was very successful. And it wasn't just about being a coach or a teacher, but like I said, he mentored thousands of people along the way. And I know that there's a lot of people here whose lives he had touched. So we have entered into discussions to somehow honor his memory in that way. So I want to say to that.
Rivalries in St. Peter's. Against St. Peter's.
Rivalry, big time. Yeah.
I just wanted to give a few announcements. I just want to thank publicly the New Brunswick Police Department, who was one of the sponsors of last Saturday community holiday party that the Sudan Street Reform did for the children in the community. We gave out 882 toys to children. So I want to thank publicly the police department for always sponsoring, being there, and helping us out. I also want to take just 1 minute to say there's a few activities, community events this weekend. On Saturday, there's a charity basketball game with the Youth Advocate Program. I believe that the New Brunswick Fire Department is playing with them. It's going to be at the New Brunswick High School. It's at 2 o'clock. And then on Sunday, the Youth Advocate Program will be hosting a dinner for families in need from 2 to 5 p.m. at the Teen Center. And the Youth Advocate Program is an organization that deals with youth at risk. And most of their kids, they have a lot of kids from New Brunswick. And they're asking for donations of water or soda for that dinner on Sunday if anybody's able to help.
Does anyone from the public wish to address the council at this time? Yes, sir. Name and address, please.
Is that me?
Yes, you.
My name is Doug Demaray. I'm not from New Brunswick. I'm from 9 Washington Avenue, Burnersville, New Jersey. I'm here because my good friend sitting there at the city council president, this is his last public meeting, and I wanted to say a few words for tonight. And I wanted to surprise Bobby coming up here, but you know, Bobby's got a good sense of humor. If you know Bobby over the years, he still has that dry sense of humor a little bit. I met him in the parking lot on the way in, and he was surprised to see me out there, and I said, Bobby, in your wildest dreams, do you ever think I'd be coming to speak for you at your final council meeting? And he looked at me and said, Doug, you're not in my wildest dreams. I'll tell you who is after the meeting. In all seriousness, and this is big print, so it's, I don't know if you'll read it.
Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
I knew nothing about this.
If he did, I wouldn't know. But I've had close ties and fond memories of the city of New Brunswick, dating back to the college days at Rutgers College. I have a few others who have come this evening because tonight is the last council meeting that our fraternal brother and good friend, Bobby Racine, will preside over. As you know, Bobby is born and raised in this community, which he has proudly served for over a decade. He has stood up for what he believes to be in the best interest of the community that he loves and the people that he serves. Tragically, during his sophomore year at Rutgers, Bobby was injured in a football game against Navy that left him paralyzed. When I look back at the lessons taught in the lecture halls of Rutgers, balanced against the lessons of inspiration, independence, determination, and self-reliance that Bob provided, there's no comparison. Never asking for anyone's help. After his accident, Bobby said himself on a 13-year course to prove that he would one day walk again. That one day happened in my living room, where Bobby rose from his chair, steadied himself, and walked 15 feet across the room. Some may ask, well, why is he not walking now? Please understand that that 15-foot walk took Bobby about a half a minute or more to go, but and also with all the strength and the exercise they had to do to even get to that point, that he had other things on his mind, other things on his agenda. The point being is Bobby defied the odds and doctors in achieving what nobody thought to be possible. He walked again. The things he had on his agenda, he wanted to get back on his feet financially in pursuit of a career, and he was ready to stand up and work for the benefit of the citizens of this community. Bobby never asked for anything. Instead, he gave from his heart. Tonight, during this season of gift giving, I want to publicly thank my brother, my friend, a man who I love, for his inspirational gifts and his modeling of independence, determination, and selfless acts for the benefit of others. For years, Bobby has stood up for the citizens of New Brunswick and for those that are in need. And tonight, I ask the people in this meeting to stand up and join me in thanking City Council President Bobby Racine.
It's not often you get to hear your eulogy while you're still alive. Thank you very much. That is a surprise, most surprising. Thank you. Who's next? Yes.
My name is
Another
John
friend
Ames.
of mine.
I'm from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. I played football with Bobby in college. I also was a fraternity member. Thank you for addressing me, Bobby. This is out of respect for you. Bobby Racine's body was shattered by football, but his spirit and will to have a productive life was never shattered. His go-forward values that he learned from football also helped him to meet the challenges he encountered to live a productive life. His strong work ethic, his persistence and perseverance, his leadership skills, his understanding of teamwork, but his core strength was his indomitable spirit to win every day, which helped him to overcome the adversity he faced in his fight. Every day is a battle for Bobby to live a productive life. Bobby, it hurts me to see what you go through to do the mundane things in life, but your strength of who you are, your courage, and what you have accomplished has also inspired me, as well as many around you. You remained a loyal and caring friend, also a loving and caring son to your mother over the years, and you went back to finish your education at Rutgers, and ultimately gave back to the community you grew up in by being a leader, a councilman. Bobby, I've talked to my family about you over the years, and I brought them here to share and understand why I've been so inspired by you and how proud I am of you. I love you in every way. Congratulations on what you have accomplished.
Well, now you got all this, right?
Maybe I should speak next. I'm not going to say anything this meeting.
Anyone else? Mr. Crowell?
Yes, I just wanted to echo all those sentiments. Thank you for your service. I wish everybody a very happy Christmas, and thanks.
Anyone else?
Hi, yes, my name is Danielle Moore. I live at 211 Joyce Comer Avenue. I thank you for being here also, for your help and all. I wish you the best. But I'm here today, that's regards to the police department. Oh, you okay?
You all right?
Yeah, she's all right, yeah. That's we're trying to make Joyce Comer Avenue safer. If the police officers can get out on the street and start giving out tickets to scare these young gentlemen or to do something to try to control them, because it's really getting to be worse. See, I didn't have the pictures the last time I was at the meeting, but that Saturday morning, the week where we had the meeting, At 4:40 this morning, that's on Saturday on the 8th, Joyce Comer Avenue, Columbus Place, and Llewellyn, just to show, I mean, how many single car accidents where they're hitting parked cars, where these boys are just speeding through there. And here's the pictures, if you would like to see how people's car got damaged, all the parked cars. Thank God no one was hurt. But then I just had a message yesterday on Joyce Comer Avenue by the middle school where someone seriously got hurt. I wasn't sure if they died or not, but please, I'm asking the police department and the city, please come on out and start giving tickets to try to make it safe. As long as I've been living here, 35 years with me and my family, we never seen this many accidents between Sanford and Joyce Comer, Poward and Joyce Comer, and Columbus Place and Joyce Comer. You're talking about at least 3 accidents between there out of the whole month. So I think the police department needs to step up and try to start giving out tickets to slow these young gentlemen down.
Did you see Captain right here? Captain, you got that?
I got it.
You know, I know you had increased patrols at one time, which.
Oh, yes, I
did come back and.
thank you on that, yes, but just to show you what's still going on, like I said, if you would like to see the pictures. Ooh.
I'll bring the issues to the traffic.
Okay.
The issues to traffic.
That was at 4:40 in the morning on the 8th, how it sounded like a big explosion. Gonna give someone also a heart attack. And then the second thing I'm here, that's to ask about the school security. I realize how come it's only the New Brunswick High School that has full security, like you're going in the court, how you're walking in a courtroom. Meaning how, okay, you have the metal detectors. If it goes off, then that's when security comes and check you for anything. And then also you have a police officer on standby. If you can tell me how come New Brunswick High School is the only one that has full security that way?
You should contact the superintendent's office.
So, okay, the city has nothing to do with,
It's the Board of Education. The police have an emergency plan for each of the schools individually. The internal security is done by the school Board of Education.
okay, okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else? See none? Adjourn.
Councilmember Egan.
Yes.
Council Vice President Escobar.
Yes.
Councilmember Fleming.
Yes.
Councilmember Garlotti.
Aye.
Council President Reed.
Have a very Merry Christmas, everyone.